Hey, it's Susan. Welcome to tonight's episode of Keep the Bad Guys Away. Nice to see you. Hey, you know what? When I got this letter from Homeland Security, Senator Harry Reid ICE mailed this to me, I didn't really know what to do with that. I was like, oh, Justice Department, yeah, okay, well, whatever. And then I took a 2-week cruise to the Southern Caribbean, went to 10 different countries in a couple weeks. And I came back and I'm like, well, okay, still haven't heard anything. Well, I guess I'm going to have to just do some of this stuff myself. And so I contacted Terry McMillan. You know, I had met him on one of my cruises, you know, a few months before. And, you know, so I sent him this letter. I'm like, Terry, you know what? I got the Citibank judgment. They, like, filed this case against me. I got this, like, $25,000 Citibank judgment. I'm like, dude, you know, I think I need an attorney in here. I got this letter from Senator Harry Reid, or, you know, to Senator Harry Reid. So, you know, and then he was like talking about flying down. He wanted to take me out to dinner and stuff like that. I was like, well, okay. I'm like, well, the first time he came down, and then I went to a credit counseling agency because, you know, I need to get my credit cleaned up. Because, you know, I hadn't heard, what the hell? I mean, do you really think I believe that my country was going to do anything? I was like, yeah, right. So, you know, I went to this credit counseling place and I had gone to one class, and I took the class and I got a certificate on, you know, so I could get a bank account, so I could open up like a real bank account and stuff. Well, Terry McMillan, he picked me up there. So he had flown down because he had to go like do something in federal court, you know, whatever. So he picked me up from this credit counseling agency. We're on our way to the Venetian. And and I'm like, well, Terry, so, you know, like, what do you think I should do with this case? He goes, Susan, he's like, do you know that when I was in, you know what, he goes, you need to be an attorney. He goes, you know, when I was in private law practice, I used to charge $800 an hour. I'm like, are you serious? $800 an hour? Wow. Can you imagine making $800 an hour being an attorney? Wow, doesn't that sound like a good deal? But so he told me I should be an attorney, and that's really, really big coming from a big corporate attorney like Terry McMillan. And Senator Harry Reid, apparently he knows Terry McMillan really, really well because, you know, I guess Senator Reid goes out and he checks on Terry McMillan, checks on IGT and the whole gaming, you know, industry about once a month. So, you know what, they know each other. But anyway, so I'm like, well, you know, this was Terry McMillan's recommendation. He goes, Susan, he goes, why don't you just take that letter and then just put that on public record with that case and then just explain to the judge why you don't have anything. And I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, I can just do that? I mean, I saw this. It said penalty for private use, $300. I'm like, really, Terry? I can just do that? He goes, I would. I'm like, hell, dude. You know, it explains a lot. God, victim of crime. You know what? If I was in that victim of crime program, they would be doing my credit. They'd be handling all my financial affairs. Same thing with the Federal Witness Protection Program. I wouldn't have to be, like, sitting there worrying about this crap. See, judge problems. Major problems seen, like, not in these. I'm like, God. So, yeah, Terry McMillan, he took me out. He took me out for a steak dinner at the Venetian, and he even, you know what, it's like I said, you know, I gotta go home. He gave me taxi money to go home, so he gave me money. The Whitsick Marshals, I guess, apparently supposed to give me money. Terry McMillan gave me money. He gave me money to take a taxi home, and he took me out to dinner at the Venetian. Oh, and you know what? If you ever see those Indiana Jones slot machines, if you ever see those at any of the casinos, my friend Terry McMillan, he did all the patents and the copyrights for those. So, but anyway, I think that's a great idea. Putting this on public record explains a lot, but boy, dude, see, Terry thought that he thought if I put this on public record, you know, I was going to get a lot of help if I put this on public record. Well, you know, initially, God, in Las Vegas, I think I almost got killed. But, you know, I have this all over Facebook. I have it all over YouTube. I have it on blogs. I have it all kinds of stuff. Because, God, you know, I need help. I've made copies of this, you know, and I've just passed it out to law enforcement. I'm like, oh, my God, see, because crime happens to me all the time. So I just take this and I just, like, pass this out. See, like, I'm having problems with this. My God, you know what? It's a very effective letter. Went through all kinds of hell to damn get it. I hope to God you never had a situation in which you'd have to do that. But this is a killer legal letter. But anyway, you know what? That damn Citibank judgment, that is still on my credit report. Can you believe that? Still on my credit report. That damn judge, she has done nothing. 4 years later, she's done nothing. And you know, I'm not paying it. Because the marshals are supposed to be paying it. The DOJ is supposed to be paying it. So, you know what? They file a case against me. Anybody files a case against me, credit-wise, I just put this letter right back at them. You want your money? Go collect it from the government. That's tonight's episode of Keep the Bad Guys Away. I'll see you next time.